Inmates in Richmond County received a second chance at making a better life for themselves. News Channel 6's Renetta Dubose attended graduation exercises at the Charles B. Webster Detention Center. She's here now to talk about their success.
Jenny, the men may have been shackled for crimes they committed in the past, but today's experience is one that could be the key to freedom and future success.
Now, we're invested in you guys. We expect a dividend.
It's pomp and circumstance. In prison, 3 men may be doing time for the crime, but they used that time wisely.
One day, you're going to walk out and this GED is really going to mean something for you.
While confined in Richmond County, Bilal Gibbons, Stephen McDowell, and Dustin Whitehead each earned themselves a piece of the future, their GED. The adult education program started last fall in this packed classroom at the detention center. But Sheriff Richard Roundtree says his goal to make it happen started years ago with a conversation with the previous sheriff.
His words to me then was, as sheriff, it's not my job to educate, it's my job to lock them up. And that gave me motivation. I knew that I wanted to be sheriff because I wanted to change that philosophy.
Roundtree worked with Augusta Technical College President Terry Elam, who utilized a $150,000 grant to educate behind bars.
The governor asked us if we would contribute some of the funding from what we call tech ed. Could some of that funding be taken away by the legislature, put into the adult ed program to hire additional teachers for innovative programs? Cost us each a portion of money, $1.2 million roughly, and out of that $1.2 million, we were then asked to ask for innovative grants. This is one of the grants that we asked for.
Sheriff Roundtree says he's hoping a change on the inside will help them outside.
Once they're released from our facility or any other state facility, that they have a chance to become productive members of society, and we want to be a part of that.
Sheriff Roundtree says he's seen the prison system go from only a Bible being allowed inside to a full library. There are more than a dozen inmates ready for the practice GED exam, so another graduation will happen soon. Brad?